We just need to figure out a way to lose like another piece of technology, so it's more challenging for us as a podcast.
Like,
and then we'll make Terminator 1 and 2.
Like make the movies? What, remake them?
No, never, ever. Nobody should ever do that. No, I'm saying every month we just keep losing things that we need for the podcast. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, there goes a set of headphones. Oh, there goes a cable. It's like, we should just get to the point where we're standing on top of the house, just screaming the podcast into traffic. And so this movie.
Whoever will listen.
Hey, we'd have the same amount of listeners.
0.
Hey,
Everybody's like, ha.
Hey now,
They're
that's a
flipping
little.
us
I don't know
off in
about all
Doppler
that.
effect.
We have at least 3 listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
we
we've
listen
picked up
back.
because of y'all's Let's Play. We've picked up 5. No. Yes, 5 within the last month. So cheers to you guys.
Word.
You too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I got a company in China to do mine.
Oh, that's what's
It's not
Oh,
even
good.
me. That's a
Oh,
not even me.
fake of me.
that's a really good deep fake.
Yeah, not
What a
bad,
waste
huh?
of government money.
Yeah, like, wouldn't it be cheaper to film it all yourself, Josh? Fucking weirdo.
No, that's art.
Then I will get
No,
13%
there's no
of my company.
compromises. No compromises for art.
Exactly.
What's up, guys? We are back in the studio, the bedroom. And we are here for another episode of Cinema Chat. I am one of your hosts, James.
Oh, we're
and-
doing Cinema Chat?
Is that... Yeah.
I
Did
thought
the
we were
show
doing
get
Cooking
scrapped?
with James today.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Never. Plus, I left all my ingredients underneath the sink.
What?
Cooking
Why?
with James.
Why do you put your cooking ingredients under a sink?
Yeah, that's
It's
what
an odd
that's what
location.
I'm talking about.
Guess I made this baklava for no reason.
What's that?
Sorry I ate all the ambrosia salad. I did not know it was for everyone.
What's baklava?
Baklava, it's like I want to say a Russian or like Eastern European.
Metal band.
Yes, it's a metal band. No, it's like a dessert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did we watch this week?
Well, hold on. Torso, what did we watch this week? He can't talk, John. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Sorry. I just wanted to bring up Torso because I know Josh is tired of that property.
No, it's fine.
It's running joke. Josh hates it. No, it
it's
was
not
funny.
A surprise
I was listening to the podcast and I was like, wow, he really does hate Torso on drums. So I'm going to bring it up now. All right. The 2 movies we watched this week, I chose, and we did classic sci-fi, horror,
From Beyond Space.
from beyond space and time.
Space.
Space.
Windu. So the first movie I chose was from 1965, and it was called Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet.
Yes.
And then the second movie I chose was 9 years prior, and it was starring Leslie Nielsen, and this movie is known as Forbidden Planet.
Yes.
They should have named it Best Fucking Movie of 1956.
Absolutely.
It was really good.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
who wants to bring us into the first movie? Does anybody remember roughly what happened?
Yeah. Sure, I can get into it.
Get into it.
This is I had a really good time with these movies. By
I
the
did
way,
too.
they
I
were
did too.
really funny.
I did
Old
too.
movies are always very hilarious.
They're always charming.
Yeah.
They're always charming in just the right way.
Yeah, like even old good movies can be funny sometimes. Like just the outdated shit is always funny. But yeah, the plot for Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet is there's a bunch of spacemen and they got to do space things, and they go to Venus. And yes, James is miming a spacewalk
They walk
for the
out.
listeners.
They just walk out on gravity.
Oh yeah.
But their arms, they're doing
just-
their arms
yeah,
like they're
making
floating.
Their arms look like.
God
like-
damn it.
Yeah.
Continue, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Yeah, they're walking on top of their ship, but it's like a roof of a building.
Yeah.
So nothing's going wrong.
Nothing.
And when it's sci-fi, you can always say, "Oh, they just have a gravity generator." You can always make shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Except for the gravity only works for torso, leg, and head. The arms are not part of the artificial gravity. Sorry, it was just a joke onto what you were talking about. Never mind.
Oh, sorry.
Hard pass. Does anybody want any coffee?
Oh, that sounds amazing, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That sounds wonderful. That's our producer, Rachel.
That's fucking cool. I'm getting some cash.
No, that's our new PA. Daniels.
Veronica
Daniels.
Daniels.
Veronica Daniels, get the fucking coffee now! Why am I so aggressive with her? She's my niece.
She's an intern. She's basically human scum.
Yeah, and besides, you run a tight shift.
Yeah, I do.
Tight ship.
I run a tight ship. On this shift.
Like, why do you run a tight ship? We're just doing a podcast. You don't have to be so mean. I run a tight ship.
I run a tight
shift.
podcast ship. Okay, back into it.
So they're going to Venus.
For some reason.
Yeah, they're just finally getting around to exploring Venus, I guess.
What year is it? 2020.
2020.
Yes, it's this year.
We should have watched this next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
then I would have felt old.
Yeah, for any space nuts out there, Venus is not. You can't go to it.
Can't go there.
You can't go to it. You can cook. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said you can cook a frozen pizza in 6 seconds on Venus.
Cool.
Right.
So it's hot as fuck there.
It's pretty fucking hot.
I mean, we're talking like Kim Kardashian mixed with Cancer Kid.
Also,
hot.
for any space Nazis out there, stop. Fascism is not cool.
Space Nazis. Have you guys seen Iron Sky? It's on Netflix.
No.
It's a modern exploitation film.
Isn't that Angelina Jolie? And
No.
There's like these giant robots from the 50s.
No, that's Sky Captain.
And the world of tomorrow.
World of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
World of Tomorrow.
It's shot entirely, literally entirely on a green screen.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Is that
It was
why
the
I
first of
hated
its
it?
kind. It was
Most
the first
likely,
of its
yes.
kind.
I saw it in high school, and I'm like,
Shot
ew.
entirely.
Yeah.
Entirely green screen.
No, I just saw the trailer for it, and I'm just like, this looks awful.
It had that Art Deco
I'm not.
Metropolis feel
The
to
concept was cool,
and that's what interested me.
But the sound, but filming it all on a fucking green screen is like,
lazy.
It's an eyesore after about the first 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about
everything
it.
looks fake.
Everything is green screen except the actors. Everything.
Yeah, everything looks so fake.
They boasted it. They boasted it in the special features. It's the first of its kind.
Ugh. Only Sin City can get away with that for some reason.
Well, that's because Sin City used it in such a stylistic way that it looked like you were reading a comic.
True.
That's true.
It
Yeah,
wasn't,
it was
wasn't
almost
just
comic.
green screen. It wasn't just green screen to like replace shit
and be lazy.
Yeah, it was green screen for an aesthetic purpose.
Yeah,
and that's why it worked.
Yeah.
When you're playing your flaws to your ability, the best of your abilities, it's going to work out. When you're relying on it, like I don't know, George Lucas. No.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking lazy bastard. Sitting around with his coffee.
Hey, you, shut up. Get out of here, Lucas! Run!
Hey, Josh.
Fuck off,
Josh.
Lucas.
Shift
The
quickly.
man made Red Tails.
The first all-black film,
the
you
first
ass.
all-black film.
God. Ugh.
Dolomite came after Red Tails.
He saw Birth of a Nation and was like, I can do that. Okay, so back to Venus.
Red Tails. Woo!
Which it's also, isn't it so cloudy because of the atmosphere
Yeah.
that we can't even see if life exists on it that can tolerate heat of that degree.
Yeah,
So like
maybe tardigrades, right? Those guys
tardigrades
are tough.
could
Tardigrades.
definitely
Yeah.
tardigrades could definitely.
That's kind of fascinating. But yeah, the atmosphere is like really dense.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hot there, because of the greenhouse effect.
Right.
Like the atmosphere is keeping all the heat in. So
Yeah, and the fact that Venus is really dense is also why it dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I
Yeah.
finally understood the Kim Kardashian statement when he said the term dense. I was like, oh, they are alike. She's a lawyer now because of money.
Wait, who is?
Kim Kardashian is a full-blown lawyer,
Well,
just like her father.
yeah, her father was a lawyer, so she probably at least picked up some things along the way.
Yeah, money. She picked up money,
Well,
went to school.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
she
sure
got-
she's
They
not
taught her how to
I'm sure
read
she's
first.
not a very
They
good
had to start
lawyer.
from the basics.
Yeah, she got money. She bought a HP printer and printed a diploma, and now she's a lawyer.
No, but she genuinely is, and has shout out honestly to her. She's gotten a lot of people that were imprisoned because of marijuana laws. She's gotten them free.
Cool.
So most
Well,
of the
then
people
she's
that were
then she's-
wrongfully,
yeah.
she's doing a good job. Believe it or not, I was genuinely surprised.
So
when
it's
I found
like,
that
so
out.
it's like, honestly, I'm not sure what's real and what's fake anymore, because I could definitely see it just being like a Paris Hilton situation where it's like, get your wild out, we're gonna film it, because everybody has that weird wild stage when they're in their early 20s.
Yeah, I remember getting railed by a guy in night vision as well. It worked out tons for me.
Goggles, night vision goggles.
Double teamed. Dennis Rodman on one side,
Jean-Claude's balls on the other.
You're kissing Jean-Claude's balls.
He's just kicking the shit out of me too. I'm like, why is this happening?
Yeah, like with Paris Hilton, she's fucking has a net worth of like $300 million that she made herself.
That's what I hear,
off her company.
Yeah, so
like the last thing I saw about her was a fucking Forbes article.
Yeah,
really
about Paris Hilton, an interview with Paris Hilton from Forbes.
Wow.
So she's doing something right.
She's part of the 700 Club. No, it's 701.
What's the 700 Club?
I don't know.
Isn't that like a evangelical thing?
Right? Yeah.
But
you think of the Fortune 500?
Oh, that's it.
That's the best companies.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they're like, let's go to Venus. And then they they show
Torso,
up.
play crickets.
They show up to Venus, and there's lizard men there, and so yeah, their mission is just basic science exploration, I guess. So no, that was the other movie. Okay, yes. So they're just basically exploring Venus.
It's the first.
Samples,
it's humans. The first humans to land on Venus, because everybody's all like, "Oh, we're jealous. You get to be the first person to land." Blah 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 blah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And then they basically there's some problems arrive. They have a robot.
John.
Yeah, Robot John.
Because Robbie was in
John
the other
Bot.
one.
Yeah, Robbie the robot.
Yes.
Yeah. Which was way more memorable of a robot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Forbidden Planet was way more memorable as a movie.
We will get into that.
The similarities are kind of stunning. Just as far as setting and the setup is almost the same.
Well, it probably drew heavy influence
better.
from Forbidden Planet, because remember, this is 65 and Forbidden Planet was 56.
That's true. Yeah, it probably was like, wow. And then it's a foreign film, right?
Was it?
Sorry.
That's $20 right there. Phone on loud on set, $20 in the pocket. No, yeah, they were just exploring, but one of the ships crashed that had the robot on it.
Yeah, with the two.
And that's why they went. It was kind of like a rescue mission. The first ship of gentlemen astronauts and John the robot.
Yeah, that was the
crashed.
exploration. That was the initial exploration mission.
That was the initial, and then we had the rescue.
Yeah.
So yes, they're kind of like both films are kind of similar.
And then we had the third rescue mission, which turned out to just not be a rescue mission at all. Where it's like, I was gonna go rescue them myself, but then I realized I'm a woman.
She's holding the mic like this. I was going to do it, but then the general told me, no, woman, and I thought, wow. He has saved my life. But she's deadpan. She's never emotional in her face. None of the actors are ever emotional in their face. It's space out, and we're in it.
It's space o'clock.
Captain's log.
It's space o'clock.
It's space o'clock. But yeah, look at that. Veronica Daniels here with the coffee.
You're so awesome. Thank you.
Hey, be sure and check in with Rachel. She has your pay stub for the last 3 weeks. It's $7.38.
You pay your interns?
Yeah, what are you, fucking fag?
You're a fucking idiot. See, the real way to do it.
You have common human decency? What are you, gay?
You see, the way to... You see, kid, the way to do it is you don't pay them. And then once they complain, you fire them and hire a new intern trying
for free. 100% for even freer. Yes. For even freer. Okay, so we were saying that the initial ship that had the robot, those two pilots, they crashed, and so then we got a rescue mission, and that's where we get the remaining 3 space cadets, DuckTales, whatever. They show up.
Woo!
One of them gets attacked by a man-eating plant. It's a flower.
Oh, yeah.
It had tentacles.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
The tentacles were really cool. They were
really
really cool, really well executed. I liked that.
The flower formerly known as hentai.
Yes. Holy shit, that's a band name.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors.
Was
on Venus, apparently.
It was?
Yeah.
Wait, are the 2 canon?
I don't
Probably
think so,
not, no.
Because I don't know how it got to the little shop.
It didn't. It crashed from space.
It was an alien.
It crashed from space.
Oh.
We'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Because I really like that.
No, we won't.
Okay, well, you'll be somewhere doing something.
I mean, I'd be down. I'd be down to rewatch Little Shop of Horrors, but I'm not sure if I'd be down to rewatch that other movie that we just saw.
Which one?
Prehistoric Venus Planet.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that. I am interested.
But I'd rewatch Little Shop of Horrors.
Where's the? I'm interested.
Oh, the original with Jack Nicholson. Oh, never mind.
No.
I'm shooting my load way too quickly.
Yeah. You're barely even cocking the gun. Okay,
what you got there?
The cock and walk, baby.
Cocking, walking.
So,
Christopher Walken.
This is the movie. The first movie we watched was on this double feature of old sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
And so we have the first spaceship on Venus is the film before the one we just watched.
It's in a 2-pack.
It's in a 2-pack, and I'd be interested in watching that one too.
I'd watch that one, yeah, just because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'd also like to see the fully restored and enhanced digital masters. I would love to see that on this. We didn't, but I would love to see it.
Who the fuck restored this? Fucking Helen Keller, just working the keys, restoring a film.
I like that on the box set. It also says under the special features, original graphics.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we didn't update them. It's the original. Let me see that.
Yeah, hold on to it. Okay. So I'll take over. I'll take over while you're looking. Okay. So the 3 pilots, astronaut pilots, are then they go find the other pilots on Venus, and they cross a couple of cool monsters. We get some dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Some dinosaurs.
Godzilla's there.
But it's very it's very lackluster with the dinosaurs. Like it's like, hey, watch me go. Look at that brontosaurus. It's sleeping. Watch, I'm gonna go over next to it.
Take a photo of me.
Hi guys.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I kind of like it a little bit. It has that whole Americana Route 66 feel to it.
And that is the
era.
Give
me just a little bit. I'm stretching just a little bit. Like, it has that era, and I can only understand that they would act positively towards creatures of another planet, because then later on, lizard people show up in hastily shot Steadicam, and they're using Lugers to shoot them. So then it definitely goes back to the other part of America where it's like, kill what you don't know, So like, and they cheated that shot very well. They had the little guy run all the way up to this dinosaur that was massive. Like, they cheated that shot well.
They did cheat it pretty well.
Yeah, so it looked pretty good.
It was the old school.
It was hammy. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah, it was the old school Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
It was too big. I'm gonna nitpick this. Brontosaurus was too big. It was it was the size of a fucking Macy's. Like they're not that big, and they
take into account our knowledge of science in 1965, though.
Right? Yeah, it's totally unfair, but I like doing it anyway. They found out the Brontosaurus doesn't have that head. Some dude in the 1800s was like, "This is the skull for this giant skeleton we found." And it was the wrong skull.
Oh, wow.
So when you see Brontosaurus in that area, they have that, like Land Before Time Brontosaurus.
Yeah, the long neck.
Not
it's more of a
skull
smooth,
itself.
Oh,
it's more of a smooth pill-like shape.
Yeah, you've seen that.
It's like a shape of a pill. It's very like a lizard's head.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Cool, you've seen the skulls are supposed to be. Yeah, they like had lips. It was really weird.
Yeah,
they think they're.
But that was early forms of archaeology when it comes to understanding prehistoric creatures, and only because of Jurassic Park did we skyrocket into the amount of knowledge that we know today, because kids like us were so interested in paleontology that we all grew up to be archaeologists.
Thanks, Steven Spielberg.
No shit. Are you serious? So that was a very popular movie.
Yeah.
It was.
That makes sense. Wow.
It literally revamped paleontology.
It
saved it.
It's the reason why all 3 of us are paleontologists.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Welcome to Paleontology Podcast.
Yeah.
Veronica, get the fucking coffee!
Today we're going to be talking about
She's going to be digging her own grave.
Seriously, though. Digging her own grave.
I want to talk... I think we ran through the plot. They eventually get off the planet, no surprise, unscathed. Everybody's white. Everybody's American, so they all live.
No, there was that one... No, everyone is white, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Even though they all spoke as if they were dubbed, it had that weird dub feel to it, so we were like, is this Italian or something? We couldn't sure. We'll do some research. We won't. And we'll figure it out. We won't. Torso, get on that. He won't.
The trifecta of laziness.
But there was a moment where the robot is like, water, water, water. Like, he's freaking out because there's a waterfall. And you would think the two pilots who are fucking astronauts, the, like, peak of intelligence when it comes to Earth, you have to have so much smartness to even be able to leave the planet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, they're like, oh, apparently it doesn't like water. Yes, it's a fucking mechanical thing. It has wires, you idiot. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's not like a fucking Datsun from the 70s. Right.
Yeah, but
so they seek refuge in this cave because the two pilots, I don't know, they're dying somehow from the crash. They've been walking around for miles, but now they're really dying. And so the robot radios in. He's like, the two pilots, there's something wrong with them. And then the captain's like talking to the robot, using the same voice. he's like, take out one of the pills. And there's like 4 or 5 Rolos, you know, like packaged Rolos. Yeah, and he's like, open number 3. Place the pill into the astronaut's mouth. Yeah. Be sure to remove the hood. Okay, you're on Venus, okay, and you're all wearing helmets. Yeah. All of a sudden, the helmets just don't matter anymore.
It's
just
very
open
scientific.
It up.
Yeah, just pop that shit open, give him a lozenge.
Now place the Altoid into his mouth. Congratulations, robot man. You have saved a human.
Yeah, do you remember when he's like, when he was like, listen to my every word.
Yeah, this
is really fun.
Do everything I say.
You must obey me.
You must
obey
like, really?
me.
You have to fucking remind him to obey you? You guys built him. Right. Like, that's so retarded.
Remember, you must obey every command I give you. Now listen.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Listen to obey. After you obey, listen. They said the same sentences over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it was very scripty.
But very funny to our enjoyment.
True, yes.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah,
I'm glad
funny.
They just filmed the first draft of their script. I always like that. It's always very funny.
So, at one point we get some Slee Stacks. Slee Stacks? Have you guys ever seen Land of the Lost?
Yeah, Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
I want to say Slee Stacks or something like that.
Slee Stacks.
Something like that.
It's a type of lizard humanoid. That you brought up the lizard man.
Oh, yes.
And remember, there's that scene where this is the biggest action scene of the movie, but they're pulling out their little standard issue 1911s or whatnot, or Lugers. Yeah, I couldn't figure out which one it was, so I was just like, name a gun that was used to kill other people during this time.
Definitely wasn't 1911. I really like 1911s, and those definitely weren't 1911s.
Yeah, the standard issue for a pilot. God, those guns are so beautiful.
So that's the only pistol. The strap. Oh, that's fresh. The pilots.
I don't know if did theirs have a rope? I thought that was more of a Japanese. I thought that was more Asian influence to have a strap on the gun.
British had the strap.
Oh, they did too. Oh, okay, sweet.
You're talking about the air pilots?
Yeah. They had it's just.
I only know because of Blackadder. Because there's a character in that. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I only know because I saw Midway. I'm lying. I did not. I drove past the theater and I was like,
I had a passing interest, and then Caleb was like, yeah, don't worry, don't watch it.
I saw the trailer and was like, no.
Yeah, I've seen Sky Captain.
Yeah, I've already seen Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. Really? The trailer's bad?
Dude, are you kidding me? It's so CG.
Okay.
It's all
and then the TV spot. Yeah, it's all green screen. It's all CG. And then the TV spots are the ones that have like the title in the top right, and when it comes out on the bottom, the whole time for all 30 seconds.
Oh my god!
Like just the gaudiest shit ever.
So it's lazy filmmakers. Yeah. Why don't you key your mom into some hentai, you fucking assholes? Jesus Christ! Get off your fucking chair and shoot some stuff. Build a set, you cum dumpsters. All right, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're totally fine. Listen to me. You're okay.
Affirmative.
You must obey.
You must obey.
Josh, you must obey my every command.
I mean, not to be rude, but I'm kind of getting it at all angles here.
You kind of have me by the roballs.
Yeah, no,
the roballs.
I really want to emphasize that scene that you were talking about. How dumb it is.
Where he has to take off the helmet in order to give the pilot medicine.
I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's so retarded. They weren't thinking.
Yeah.
If a lozenge is what's going to save you, maybe they have a thing inside
in the helmet. Yeah.
Give it to him. It's a fucking lozenge.
Or, make the most logical explanation for any situation like that. You're becoming incapacitated. Your body is the machines recognize that your vitals are going into critical state.
Exactly.
It administers, I don't know, maybe a shot.
I was thinking that's where I was waiting for you to finish.
That's the thing that makes sense.
Boom. Yeah.
Put something on the shoulder that all the pilots have.
Yeah, exactly.
To where you can insert medicine of any kind to any pilot externally.
Yeah,
and it still gets into
the machine. The suits. We're assuming this is 2020 and that they have technology enough to get to Venus. The suits should be able to administer some sort of life support.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Especially with the front panel. The front panel looked so cool. Like,
the things.
Use the costume to your advantage.
Good.
Don't make the costume be a hindrance. Oh, great! Now we gotta save the captain. You just have him take the fucking helmet off.
And remember,
but Sarah, we're on Venus. We don't even know if there's air there. Look, just fucking do it.
Yeah. No, it's.
I'm a producer.
But remember though, when he tries to take the hood off, it takes him 3 times.
It takes him 3 times because it's a man inside of a giant robot,
and he can't see anything, and he has these weird like things on his hands that are supposed to be like the robot hand things to try and take it off. So he's trying, he's fumbling.
And instead of doing another take, the director said, it builds tension.
It builds tension.
Can't open the hood.
It builds tension.
It's like, it's mentally challenged. I know it's a 50s movie, but it's
60s?
Like, 60s.
And,
it doesn't look like
and
a
Forbidden
60s.
And Forbidden Planet proved that, like, it doesn't matter
Great
what era you're
exist.
Absolutely.
In any decade.
Absolutely.
Although this was definitely the era where they handheld it for the audience a lot more. Like,
sure. That's a good point.
Like with Frankenstein, the beginning of the Karloff one, where it's like, what you're about to see may scare you.
Yeah.
Like they need somebody to tell them exactly what's going to happen before it happens.
Scared, yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a good point. Yeah. Like they would have the preface where people talk directly to the audience.
Yeah.
Like, you might scream yourself to death. All those Frank Castle things.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, but it's like they don't even know like the composition of the planet.
Yeah.
And again, it's not fair. It's an old movie. That shit doesn't matter. They're just on the planet and it's supposed to be a movie about that, but it's just like like we haven't gone to Mars yet. Well, it's expensive. But we're still trying to figure out, like, if people can walk around there.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that geyser that just shot up and it had, like, traces of oxygen?
On Mars?
Yeah.
No.
They found, like, traces of oxygen.
Huh.
Dope.
It's probably how?
It's probably trapped in the sediment, like, millennia of sediment on Mars. Like, the same way that our mountains are cut with different colors of rock and stuff, all just pressed down with heat and, time.
Right, that's true.
It's like, that could be the same thing. The whole thing could be oxygen inside of it.
Yeah,
and it's just closed off.
Gusher of oxygen.
Fruit gusher of oxygen.
Yeah. You can use that, NASA.
No, they'll probably nuke it. We need to terraform Mars, so we're gonna nuke it to pop the balloon, create an atmosphere. Well, you know how it goes from there.
It's my plan.
We destroy the planet again.
We're gonna nuke Mars.
We're gonna nuke Mars. It'll be the best nuke you've ever seen. It's the biggest. We build the best nukes that we've bought from China. They're great. Okay, so a little bit more on this, but I want us to have enough time for Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
This had a lot of charm to it. It was very fun. It was a great starter for the night.
Yeah.
Sometimes we watch films like The Cursed, and it's like, fuck. And then we watch films that are old, and they're like really good despite being bad because they're so old, like you've said, Josh, and you've said, John. There's just that charm to them. It's like, there's no longer the misogyny that exists in film the way it did then. Women have more of a place in film and should always have a place in film. And so, like, just that dichotomy and that relationship, the way actors and characters work in film in the past is so funny because it's foreign to us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just better back then. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, females, they shouldn't be, like, main parts in movies. Like,
Go on.
No, it's wrong. I think it's incorrect.
Torso, play him out.
Blatant misogyny. But
and I'm going to go in the other direction, and I think they deserve 2 votes each.
I just go way too far to the other side, like. But yeah, do you guys remember the space car, the Flintstones-esque space car?
That was so fun.
Oh,
that was
cute.
That was their best prop. They shot it incredibly well. They cheated every time. We never saw the forklift or crane or whatever it was connected to.
They just buzzsawed a Chevy like in half and then pop 4 guys in it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, like. You guys remember their satchels?
Oh, dude, their whole...
For their space documents?
Dude, yes. They were carrying around a fucking Indiana Jones-style man purse.
Yeah.
Then not only that, they had a Super 8 camera and holster.
Yeah,
not only that,
fucking camera.
they had a fucking gun with that leather holster. The spacesuit itself looked incredible.
It looked cool.
I loved the fabric they used, the metals they used, metals in quotes, whatever they used for imitation metal, like... The suit looked really cool. The helmets looked reminiscent of Prometheus. It looked like some sort of inspiration for Ridley Scott.
Whoa,
it was more
which
than
one? Oh, just their suits.
Just their their suits and their helmet specifically was that huge dome, and it looked like it inspired Ridley Scott because of the way his helmets have looked in Alien and in Prometheus. Just that domey helmet. It looks really cool. It's like nothing but glass, and then interior lighting or whatnot.
Yeah. True.
Not as bad as Outlander or Outland.
Oh God!
That helmet design was a little weird, but I loved the helmet and space suit for that.
What they looked like.
They looked like Carhartt space suits.
Yeah,
they were like mechanic space suits.
Yeah, they look like the people that would fix the side of the road.
Yeah. They just threw an astronaut helmet on it and called it Outland. We're in space.
But yeah, I love the fact they have guns. Mm-hmm. First off, before they send people onto a planet, they fucking figure out everything.
Yeah.
So they already know if there's life down there.
Mm-hmm. And if there's type of life, is it dangerous?
Yeah, it's like they're winging it. Mm-hmm. Like, let's go, let's check it out.
Literally, the film is winging it along with their operation. We'll just show up on Venus. Hope you got party favors. Yeah. Just shooting all the life that's ever been known on Venus. There's humanoid lizard people. Let's not get to know their culture.
They did attack them. They were kind of defending themselves.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they were invaders.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Starship Troopers. The bugs were defending themselves.
Picard would be like, "No, we have to talk. Yeah. This whole episode is going to be talking. Goddammit.
We're talking now."
Yeah, so
it'll actually be engaging and interesting because they're Patrick Stewart and not Star Wars.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I have
number 1.
I have more stuff to talk about on this movie, but we should probably move on.
Yeah. I recommend it. I'm sure you guys would recommend it.
Funny bad movie.
It's a funny bad movie. Yeah. Great claymation style animation and stuff.
I was
props and things.
Roaring with laughter throughout.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Roaring.
I do kind of tend to laugh a lot, much to the annoyance of my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a funny fucking movie.
I mean, I've seen you driving silently in your car.
No, that's crying.
Oh! Yeah. I was like, man, he laughs a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
he cries a lot.
You don't want to peer into the black hole abyss that is my soul. But yeah, what was the other movie we watched?
Here, let me do it.
Forbidden Planet.
I love the MST3K.
Yeah.
When Tom says, "We will be going to the Forbidden Zone." It just cracks me up. Anyway,
I've only seen one full episode of Mystery Science.
MST3K.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Everybody says it that way. Why I can
You've
say
only
it both
seen
ways.
one episode?
Yeah. And it was Future Wars.
Hey, John, you want to start our own podcast?
Yeah, y'all get out of here.
Future Wars is a good episode.
Future Wars is a good episode. It's funny as shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna start our paleontology podcast.
Yeah, like first day, I don't know anything about
I saw a live riff tracks of Starship Troopers in theaters.
Oh no shit! You saw it live?
Yeah.
Lucky prick.
They showed it at our theater, but it was streaming or whatnot from LA, like where they were actually at. So like there was an actual audience there, but then it was littered across America. And in Louisiana, one of our theaters got it for like one night.
You're so lucky,
dude. I never laughed so hard at a movie in theaters in my life.
Dude, that's awesome. Life. Starship Troopers?
Yes, Starship Troopers.
No, they're the kings, man.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so Forbidden Planet. Let's jump into this sumbitch. John, give us the rundown on Forbidden Planet with Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen and a bunch of other people are going on general exploration. And then they end up at the Forbidden Planet. I don't remember what caused them to get there, but there's a doctor.
I think it was Renaissance.
Reconnaissance
mission? Yeah, Renaissance mission.
Okay, so yeah, because
they showed up for the art.
There was there was
syphilis.
They hadn't heard from the
exactly
the party that had established base and established a colony there.
Yeah.
So they hadn't heard from anybody, so they were sending them out to check on them.
Remember the doctor? He's like, this is Leslie Nielsen. We're going to come down to your planet. Oh, no, don't come down here. Everything's great. Just keep flying. Just go somewhere else. It was such a warning. Such
red flags.
Yeah, red flag immediately. Yeah. But go on, John.
Yeah, so they land down on the planet. And
everything's good down here.
All that's there is the doctor, his daughter, and Robbie the robot.
Robbie the robot, which was huge then, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been referenced through time ever since.
Oh, yeah.
It's a famous robo.
Definitely one of those famous robos.
Sorry. I'm really sorry about that.
I mean, it is kind of a like a
what do you have, robophobia?
Term.
Yeah, it is, John. It's just awful. God, I suck. What did I say? He's a famous robo?
Yeah.
God, castrate me.
Okay,
Jesus
we'll do it
Christ.
after the show.
Oh, yeah.
I have a fire poker.
Chemical or...
No, we're going to use a
fire
poker.
We're using a fire poker. Okay.
Just take away my ability to have kids.
It'll sear and singe at the same time.
All right.
And you're healed.
And you're cauterized. I wonder
God,
why
that reminds me of
Gooch has a third-degree burn.
That reminds me of a great but horrible joke that my friends would say in high school, where it's oh, did you get that girl knocked up? 2 easy payments, I got you. Rusty coat hanger, my friend.
Rusty coat hanger.
2 easy payments, 1995.
You got to pay for the hanger and pay the homeless guy that lives in the alley to get out of the alley so we can use it real quick.
Yeah, like I had. Sorry, I only had the rusty one. Sorry about that.
My unrusty one's in the shop. Getting a new on it. It's getting its hangers rotated. Okay. So
wait, you paid that homeless guy?
Yeah.
So blowing him was just for funsies?
I guess for you.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
He was awfully quiet when I paid him.
So, just quick digression. You reminded me of something really fast. My friend, I used to have this friend who will not be named.
What big deal? You have a friend. Whatever. I don't care.
He was homeless for a while, so he didn't bathe at times. And he had this
method.
He had this guy in a suit walk up to him and said, $50 to blow you. He was offering
what?
My friend, who was homeless and not bathing, $50 to get blown by this guy in a suit.
So he was going to blow him and pay him.
And pay him.
Man, that's a win-win.
He was like, dude, you do not want to blow me. I haven't showered in like 2 months. And he's like, 100.
The more vinegary, the better.
Oh my God.
Come to Carrabba's. The vinegary,
the better.
Stay for them.
That is a true story, by the way. That's not a joke.
All right.
It's disgusting.
That is very disgusting. Even the 100 part?
Yeah.
Wow.
He offered him double because he hadn't bathed.
That's fucking
up. Like, Jesus. I thought I was fucked up. Christ almighty. That guy has problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not letting him blow him. Yeah, he does have problems.
Oh my God.
What an idiot.
Leslie Nielsen is a hilarious actor. He started off... This is like one of his first big movies, I think.
This is
I don't know much
first
about his
movie.
career.
As far as I know...
Is it really his first movie?
This is his first movie, as far as I know.
Wow. And he's good in it.
Oh,
He is good. He is good, but that's a testament to how good he is as a comedian. He grew up doing dramatic roles, and so playing it straight in comedies came easy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, Police Squad is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Rarely do I piss myself with laughter.
Yeah.
I need to watch it sometime. But
Airplane?
I piss you
Airplane
with
is
laughter too.
Amazing.
Airplane's fantastic.
I'm laughing and pissing on you. This is great. $100, whore.
But yeah, they have to go to the Forbidden Planet.
That's right.
Why is it forbidden?
I think that just comes from the planet. I think that just comes from the atmosphere created by the doctor, and I don't mean that literally the atmosphere, because we'll get into that. I mean him just being like, "Don't come here. It's fine. Like, it's I'm forbidden. Saving your life. I'm saving your life. I've coexisted on this planet somehow, to my knowledge. Unbeknownst to my knowledge, I've coexisted. Don't come down here. Don't bring your crew. It's just don't come."
Yeah. So he's not too bright. Yeah. You think he'd want to be like, "Yeah, come on down. No problem." And then just play it straight. Wait for him to leave.
Well, he didn't. Well, he wasn't. That's the thing. It was his subconscious that was doing all that. He didn't deliberately know.
Oh, okay.
So he was just like, "There's some fucked up monster that killed everything. For whatever reason, he's avoided me and my daughter. So it'll probably kill you if you come here, because it's killed everyone else."
That's a good point.
So he's like concerned for their life, and like he's genuinely like.
But he could have played it straight.
Yeah.
That's true. He wasn't necessarily hiding anything.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't really hide anything.
Because he does tell them. Yeah. He does tell them, like, they're like, "What happened to all the other people?" Because the daughter wasn't born prior. She was born on the planet. Yeah. So she's technically an immigrant.
Right.
So we'll get into that later.
Therefore,
we already established this. She's gonna get the marriage visa.
The marriage visa. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you have an immigrant from another planet? By the way, God, red tape.
Red tape. So they get to the planet. They're investigating. He's like, "Well, what happened to all the people?" And that's when the doctor admits. Which, by the way, the architecture of this home on this planet is incredible.
All the sets were awesome.
It's like the best sets ever.
Yeah.
The best sets ever.
For real. It's a crazy, like, home. Like, the windows have an automatic
steel shutters.
Steel shutters, like, to protect from monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he explained earlier that he didn't think, like, this, he installed them before he realized he could coexist with the monster. Mm-hmm. So that was a safety precaution, further establishing he doesn't know shit about it.
Right.
He's his intention. Those weren't his intentions. His intentions was good. He went his entire career without ever mentioning.
Yeah. I just like that he created them in the wake of the monster. So like the first week was hell.
Oh yeah.
He's like trying.
Just
hammering. He's like, "I have to get it up. I have to do it." It's like fucking hasn't slept. Yeah. He's hitting his daughter. It's just like, "Get in the pool."
I hate to be the buzzkill there, but he said that Robbie installed it.
Yeah. I'm imagining something like
that's
Place or something.
I didn't even want to say it because that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, "I Am Legend," like just trying to fucking just make it frantic, for a week while he's trying to build his barn doors made of steel.
But yeah, for the folks at home that might not know, the movie for most of the movie, we don't even know there's a monster.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a big reveal.
Yeah. Well, he says there's a monster, but we don't see. Yeah, we don't see anything until Act 3.
There's a monster.
Yeah. Oh, right in the first act, he's like, some creature that we couldn't see.
Something killed
everyone.
I see.
He killed her mother and killed. He's going on, and that's when I was like, this motherfucker killed everybody.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Technically he
does. They did a good job.
He murdered everyone. With his
subconsciously.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. Well, they did a good job of making him kind of a looming presence.
Yeah,
sure.
He was he was the red herring.
Yeah.
But also completely innocent. It was like pulling the mask off a Scooby-Doo villain, and he's like, "What? I'm the bad guy? Oh, I'm so sorry, kids. Oh God. Oh,
I'm not a teacher.
Thank you for meddling."
So they're like investigating him. They got their shit parked. Double parked, by the way. That was pretty rude.
Oh, incredible, though. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. So they're parked there. They're investigating Dr. Mysterio, whatever the fuck his name is. And and he has a horny daughter that's ready to be plowed.
Really ready.
She's ready for it. And she, there's no other dudes around. I mean, she can fuck the tiger, but that would be gross and kind of scary. But
It's like the equivalent of Ripley showing up on the prisoner spaceship in Aliens 3. Everybody wants to bang her.
For real, yeah.
Speaking of fucking tigers, today's episode is brought to you by Sigmund and Freud.
I think those lions.
I don't think they like pussy.
But so they're investigating him.
Hey, boo boo.
And they come to they're standing in his like office, and they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I think we summed up the plot.
Essentially, but like,
so I wanted to talk about the spaceship. I know I'm kind of struggling.
Essentially, but like, so like you were saying to segue, continue on that part.
Yeah.
That's the part where you trust them. When they're rummaging through his stuff. Initially, he's like, I don't trust you. But once they start rummaging through his stuff, he's like, okay, I trust you. I'm going to tell you everything now.
Yeah. You guys got 15 minutes for some exposition? Okay, great. Follow me down this hallway. Yeah. So this is a big machine.
Yeah. Long story short, there was a different race. It was like another sentient race that was above our intelligence.
Millennia past us.
Like way past us. And like he found a lot of their machines. Yeah, precursor for a Forerunner type race. And he found some of their machines, and he brain boosted himself, which gave him double the intelligence. And others that had tried, their brain just became mush and melted. And with that intelligence, he was subconsciously, his id was creating this monster that was killing things. So like he didn't intentionally kill people, but his personal rage and hate would manifest actuality, and that would kill people.
Yeah, he was like generating monsters.
Yeah. And that's essentially the plot in a nutshell.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that's the plot. The I like the spaceship. I wanted to go back to
it.
It looked fucking
cool. The opening shot, it flying through space. I was like, this is already better than Voyage to Prehistoric Planet.
Much better than
Voyage
to Prehistoric Planet.
I'm even kind of wondering how they did it, because it looked really good.
Yeah.
Like, definitely wasn't rear screen projection. It's probably miniature.
Yeah.
There were a lot of moments when that made me be like, this is 1956?
Yeah.
This looks like an 80s movie at, like, worst.
Yeah.
No, for real. And besides the, 50s aesthetic. But
the 50s aesthetic, of course,
80s
but yeah.
quality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, yeah. The, I love that ship design, by the way, because...
The saucer.
That is, that ship design... have you ever seen those shitty alien documentaries that are they show pictures of spaceships?
Right.
And that's all from people throwing hubcaps and hats. People would throw a hat in the air and take a picture and say it's a UFO.
Wow.
Cool.
And then it became that was the ship design.
Yep.
For aliens.
And then it ruined the History Channel for me.
Yeah. Come on, History Channel. Get your shit together.
For real.
You guys are embarrassing yourselves.
I remember...
TV.
I still remember, it was 2014 or something, where I would be like, Monday morning was literally the only day where they'd actually show real documentaries.
Really?
It was a Monday morning. It was like, oh, fuck, hell yeah, Monday morning. That was it, though.
Really?
Yeah, it was
That's when all the old people
it would
watching.
last till 1 o'clock, and then it would go back to Pawn Stars and American Pickers and shit.
That's on the History Channel?
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. No, History Channel is just fucking gaudy bullshit now.
Yeah. I knew it was gaudy bullshit. I didn't know Pawn Stars was on it. What's history about that? It was shot a week ago. It's in past history.
They do historical segments on the items that are brought in. They're like, I know a guy. That's usually how the episode starts out. I don't know much about 18th century rifles, but I know a guy.
Yeah.
And then they
Google it.
Yeah, they smash cut to some guy talking about back in the day when people were still killing each other like they are today, they were using it in more of a prehistoric way.
Yeah.
They shot spherical bullets which whizzed and whopped everywhere.
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 But invisible monsters. Scary.
Hand-drawn animation. Very nice.
Very cool.
The coloration of the hand-drawn animation. Also very nice.
Yes. I liked how they worked around not having a physical monster.
Yes.
My favorite was the footprints.
Oh, the footprints were great.
It was clever.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I theorized that they just had a plank of wood sitting over a cutout of a footprint, and they were just pulling that through, and
under
sand,
the set,
under the set,
so
and
the
then the
sand
sand
would
would sink into a screen or whatnot.
Yeah. That's what it looked
incredible.
Because the indentation wasn't deep. It was like sand just kind of falling down. But great effect.
Great effect.
Like, right off the bat. Like, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
Like,
the whole movie, you can tell there's a lot of work.
$1.9 million.
Yeah.
$1.9 million budget.
Budget. Yeah.
1956. $1 million wasn't even comprehended.
Yeah.
Then nobody was like, somebody got $100 and they were like, shit. Well, I'm retiring now. $1 million.
I worked a summer job and now I have
a car and a home.
I have a car paid off, a brand new car paid off. My brand new home is 4 bedrooms paid off.
Yeah, I live off nickel Hershey bars.
Okay, boomers.
The chick she wants to bang. Mm-hmm. She's wearing revealing outfits, and by revealing I mean she's showing some leg.
Yeah, thigh high dress, which was risque for the time, but it was the new time for clothing, I guess.
Right.
It was the evolution of it.
But she's like hanging out, like they're doing like important work, and she's like, "Hey guys, I brought my golf cart over with the robot driving it."
She just has a fan between her legs, blowing her smell into the men.
No one's looking.
And they're all like, "Oh, I smell woman. I smell pennies."
She's just trashy, like.
Yeah, she has no human etiquette, like none.
Feral,
feral.
But yeah, she's got a pet tiger, much like Mike Tyson,
and
that's where he got it from. Tony Montana.
Oh yeah, he had a tiger too.
Yes.
Coke.
Coke will make you buy a tiger.
Today's episode.
Five fucking tigers.
Today's episode is brought to you by cocaine. I fucking love it. Let's go do some cocaine. Everyone wants to do cocaine.
I should buy a boat.
Please send your 8 balls to P.O. Box 449.
Nickelodeon Studios.
422-755-867-5209.
Yeah.
Glory Road.
But yeah. Oh yeah. So the what's his name? Robo Rick. What?
Robbie the robot.
How did you forget? You're purposefully doing it.
No.
What's the robot's name again?
He's like, he has the ability to replicate
anything. Yeah, that he puts inside of himself.
Sure.
Even stuff that he doesn't put in there, because remember the cook only put in the alcohol content from he had like 2 shots left in his flask. Mm-hmm. Well, he had an actual bottle that he'd purchased, and like so he just puts the alcohol in, and then when he came back, he had replicated the bottle and everything.
Yeah, right.
There was like the logo, there was like 1,000 fucking bottles.
The wax topping.
Yeah, that made no sense. I mean, he's basically a walking jukebox.
Yeah.
Fuck that up.
Yeah, at first I was like, he's a walking Jew. I don't know where you're going with this. But
he's a walking jupe. He's inventing a new
derogatory
slur.
South Koreans jupe.
A jupe.
Jesus Christ. This is our podcast.
No, that's what we call people. That's what we call those damn people from Jupiter. The Jupies.
The Jupies. Get out of here, you jupe.
You were saying,
go do your drugs on your moon, Jupie.
You were saying the robot can manifest
he
anything out of
stuff, and so I mean, I think it was an excuse to buy a couple crates of whiskey. Honestly,
yeah,
most likely. But I mean, it was cool. It was cool. I liked the stack of whiskeys.
Yeah.
I just wish he'd put the whole bottle in, so that explains why he would replicate the bottle.
Exactly.
But
we
whatever.
need to set the scene up for our listeners. They're like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" So the cook.
That's every episode.
There's a
what the fuck are y'all talking about?
I'm trying to get better at it. There's a cook on the spaceship.
Who's an alcoholic.
They have a cook on the payroll
for
this space mission.
It makes sense though because of the
gotta
time.
Eat.
Yeah, I mean, well, you have all these war movies and war going on. It's like there was always.
But he has like an apron with barbecue sauce on it.
I know, but you have to think like they're thinking like a battleship.
Hell, even Mass
Even
Mass Effect has a cook.
Shut up, John.
I've never played that. I'm just gonna believe you.
No, for real. Like there's.
Well, I'm playing as that person.
In
It's an RPG.
In Mass Effect 2, there's a mission where you could go to the Citadel and just like buy ingredients for him so he can make better food for the crew.
Oh, those Mass Effect side missions.
Sounds like Rockstar made it.
Yeah, there's a Creole fry cook in Mass Effect. Shut up, John.
I really want to address, the robot made copious amounts of alcohol for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, why?
That reason is because the cook's an alcoholic. But I really want to address the undertone of alcoholism in America at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what it's making fun of. Movies nowadays have, I'm gonna go smoke some weed. They have the stoner. It's like, but this predates the stoner lifestyle or even cannabis in the world, like as a known thing. Like, this is before what, Reefer Madness or whatnot, right? That movie that would come out that was strictly just
Reefer Madness was before this, but
really,
I'm pretty sure.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay, so but nonetheless, the point I'm trying to make is like they kept hating on this cook so much. Oh, what are you tossed up in the fucking alleys of the rock again, or like they're literally. Why do you even have him on this space station? Why do you even have him here if he's just a raging alcoholic?
Right.
Oh, it's probably to address all the fathers in America that are raging alcoholics.
Yeah. Alcoholism? What's that?
What's that?
I don't know what that is.
A disease? Oh.
I just get a little wet before I talk to my wife.
Yeah. I also get a little more wet before I hit her.
She's a fucking nagging bitch.
I'm drunk and vomiting in zero gravity.
Denzel Washington sticks his head around the corner. Shit, I didn't know you like to get wet.
Yeah. Shit, I didn't know you like to get wet. That's PCB.
It's a great scene.
That's the best scene of the whole fucking movie. Are we going to go to the office? There's a
lot of good scenes in that movie.
What, are we going to roll up to the office? You're in the office. Boom, bling, bling, bling.
Fucking Dre. Training Day, man.
Dude, the best office ever.
Dude, Training Day is a movie I high-five my friends over.
Yeah, I watched it 4 times in one day once.
Bring it.
Dude, I want to high-five y'all. Fuck yeah. What are we, a sports bar? Sports bar podcast. Okay.
Oh, I love our podcast.
I do too.
Shambles.
I just wish we had more time.
Fucking garbage.
Yeah. Okay, so we can skip past the alcoholism. That was just one of the things that I was like, wow, they really are hitting the fucking nail with a nail gun. Like,
they are straight up.
Do you get it? Do you get it? He's
straight
a
up
drunk.
Patrick Bateman-ing that shit.
You get it?
I didn't.
I was waiting for Andy Griffith to show up and take him fishing and tell him about how drinking alcohol will ruin his fucking life and liver. And I was just like, it was so shoehorned that I was just like, over it. That's the one complaint I have about the entire movie. I was like, why do you have this drunk cook? Why are y'all making fun of him? Why are y'all giving him shit whenever he's just trying to get lit on a fucking planet that he probably didn't sign up for? He thought he was going to get a desk job in the military. But no, he's cooking for all you bastards. Yeah. And what does he have to do in order to enjoy himself? Well, he gets a little drunk on the side.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's probably using the bourbon on your fucking chicken, and that's what make it taste so good, you pieces of shit. I'm done.
I mean, that's what NASA does. They hire alcoholics. That's a real good quality to have in space.
It really is. It really is. I want to go back to the hand-drawn animation that, John, I believe you brought up in the discussion.
But yeah, Invisible Monster. That is
Invisible Monster.
Help your budget a little bit.
It really does. Yeah. It really does.
They also made it more mysterious.
It might have helped the budget a little bit on the Invisible Monster, but I don't know, depending on how much those animators are getting paid, because that was some seriously
really cool,
more detailed animation.
It's more brilliant.
Oh, it's way more brilliant. I'm just saying, like, it was highly detailed.
Because you don't have a guy in a Godzilla suit. Is the thing.
It was highly detailed.
That's how they got around it. It was like, we don't want some wonky guy in a Godzilla-style suit. We already have a guy wonking around in Robbie the Robot. How can we get more creative with the same amount of money?
Right, and stop motion would have taken a lot of time.
Yeah,
and
so
notice no stop motion in this movie. I think this was like
it was not a time constraint. Trust me, that animation took just as much time as stop motion, if not more. That shit was ridiculously good.
Well, I think the animation was like. I think that was just like a cell drawing, right?
Yeah, I think they were just drawing on the actual negatives.
Doing like a scale, like.
Well, yeah, monster, no, I know. Yeah, it was a cell drawing, but it was like it was so fluid, so you knew that had to have been a high attention to detail.
Yeah,
whoever
true.
did that.
No, that is true. It looked fucking amazing. Yeah. But I think I don't really know. I would assume it's cheaper to do.
I would assume maybe the same amount of money.
Yeah, I don't know about cheaper, just necessarily
but I'm disagreeing with you on time constraint. I think claymation would have taken longer and looked sillier.
Do, like, scale sets and shit. So, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
I agree with both of y'all, or in some sense.
Yeah. More John, though.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm going to kill myself. Huh. Yeah, more John. Fuck you. Torso, play him out.
No.
So, as we go on, we remember.
You vitamin C piece of shit.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
The artist Vitamin C sung that song when, God, that was our near our graduation time.
Yeah, that was pretty much like every high school used that.
Vitamin C?
That was the name of the artist, yeah.
Yeah.
As we go on. Enough.
Real creative. Vitamin C, that's what I'll be called.
They don't walk around with spacesuits. That's one of the things they just kind of were like, fuck it. They've terraformed this planet, so nobody has a spacesuit. Everybody walks around in natural military garb.
Yeah,
like it's very reminiscent, but it's all gray because it's space. You know.
Right.
I want to talk about the lasers during the final action.
The giant turrets they had?
The giant turrets, but I'm specifically the laser.
Yeah.
The way they would just be like holding their gun, you know, as someone would hold it ready for action.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's
you only point your gun if you intend to shoot, right?
Yeah.
You only put your finger on the trigger if you intend to shoot.
Yeah.
They're holding them casually, you know, like waiting for the monster to break through the barricade, but the lasers are just coming out of the top in different directions. Yeah. That was the funniest fucking part. Just
they clearly, I mean, they didn't know the scale of it. All the actors.
Yeah.
They just
they didn't know that lasers would be coming out of their gun when they're giving lines.
Oh, okay. So you think it was because he looked like he was firing, but it was just off.
No, like it was like the way we're sitting now. We're like just kind of beside one another, but we're both looking in the direction, holding our guns, with no intent to fire the gun, and that's where the lasers are coming out. So like the lasers are going in a different direction than what the focal point of the eyes are addressed, and the way the bodies are shifted. It just the whole thing like looked off.
Yeah, it looked like a scene where they just wanted them. Right. It looked like a scene where they just wanted them to pose with the guns for a second.
Yeah.
But then they were just like, let's add lasers in.
Yeah, in post.
I remember it during the scene where everyone's shooting, but that's
they were mixing it in between. Like some people would be shooting, and then they would go to Leslie Nielsen, who would be like, "I'm saying lines that pertain to the plot."
Okay, yeah.
But then lasers would just be shooting out of his gun into the fucking air. And
right.
Just like respectively, that's all.
The angle of his shot trajectory was all fucked up. Yeah. That was really funny.
It was very funny. Very funny.
That guy on the turret is shitty.
Yeah,
he's a bad marksman.
He's just staring into a box. It's like, what are you shooting at? You're just staring into the back of the turret.
Oh, I was just referring to his aim. Yeah, he fucking shot like that Moab arch.
Yeah.
Fucking suck.
Well, they had the laser. They had to have the laser disappear. Like they were because they're shooting 2-dimensionally, right, in a 3-dimensional set. So they're like, well, now that we have the lasers, we need the lasers to end at some point. We'll just have them end behind that rock.
Yeah. Essentially.
Essentially,
the turret has like a periscope, like goggles. Yes. But you pointed out he's looking through these goggles, and there's just a wall.
It's just a wall.
He's staring at blackness. I thought that was funny.
Your brain now that it's about to be 2020, and the technology that we have, we can actually stare into a blank screen, essentially, and it will show us what another thing is actually showing us.
Are you referring to phones?
Yeah, phones, viewfinders on a camera, like the way we look at like just an empty thing.
Particles of light, Josh. He's referring to particles of
light. Photons,
yes. You fucking idiot. Photons.
So it's like
cunt.
it's say like I'm holding this DVD case, right? And I'm looking at the back of the DVD, but there's a lens on the front. And so it's like, whatever the lens is looking at, I'm able to see. So it's like, we're at that day and age where you don't literally have to be looking through a viewfinder in order to see.
True.
Like, you don't have to use a telescope. You can just look at a wall.
Yeah.
Like how we play video games and stuff. You're essentially just looking at a wall, and something somewhere else is giving the information.
That's the next Google Glass. They're glasses, but they're just two bright screens right in your eyes, but as a camera here. Retinas. So you're looking straight ahead.
Yeah, you can't even see through it.
No, you're looking at two screens.
No, they burn out your retinas. You can't see period unless you're wearing the Google glasses.
Well, that's how the Google glasses work. They're actually shooting photons from the glass into your eye. That's how that's working. There's wires that go in through the brim. Is it the brim of the glasses?
Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. They go in through the brim, right?
Oh, what? So yes, that's the
wire. They're connected in the back, and the information goes through the wires that are resting, or the brim of the glasses, which rest on your face, and then photons, light, is emitted into the glass, which is then shot into your eyes. The same way everything on Earth already works. So, like, I'm able to see all this because photons...
I was just joking.
No, I'm dead serious, because when I worked
at... thing.
augmented reality is the future of virtual reality.
Yeah.
Virtual reality will cease to exist probably within the next decade, and it will all be augmented. But basically, the glasses work very much like the sun. They're just shooting photons into your eye, just in a more concentrated state.
I see.
The more interesting thing is how they create black, because black is the absence of light and color, so therefore you couldn't have a black photon, so they have to mimic black by using all the colors in a specific order to create black.
No shit.
Yeah, it's like creating.
It's incredibly interesting.
Wow.
It's like creating perfect black in printing.
That's fucking cool.
It's why Google spent like $100 million on it.
I was reading about the Google Glasses, and it's like the technology is so amazing because as the photons are coming through, like you said, it's making you look like a dumb cunt because the ugliest glasses.
It looks so cool. Just wandering around.
Oh my god.
Okay, I digressed us a little bit just to talk about photons, but it's
interesting conversation.
Yeah, it's only to make light. It's only to bring reality to the point that the guy operating the turret was staring into a giant piece of metal. He wasn't looking at anything, but now with advancements in technology, you can look into nothing and still get the information. So they kind of hit it on the head without knowing it.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that.
Reality imitates art sometimes.
It's very true. Star Trek invented cell phones.
Yeah.
So lots of cool things.
Or you kind of yeah, anyway.
You've got mail invented
it's
AOL.
Hand in hand. Yeah, it's kind of hand in hand, but
You've got mail.
They invented AOL.
They invented AOL.
John, you forget it.
Okay, so
Tom Hanks invented AOL.
Lastly, I want to talk
Something's
about
going on. It's wrong.
We've talked a little bit about the woman, but we haven't spoken that her love interest would also be, the main character, Leslie Nielsen.
It's kind of implied. I feel like she's the only female character. No, I see. You're doing a joke.
I want to tell the audience that before Leslie Nielsen falls for her, one of his right-hand man...
Well, not his his second in command. His
His
right-hand man is the doctor.
Yeah, is the doctor, yeah. His second in command pulls the girl aside and says, look, don't trust the captain. He's a little rapey. You should come with me over here behind this tree and rock.
Yeah.
That's literally how that happens. And then Leslie Nielsen sees this happening, and he stops it because he's like, look, you're not acting professional. We're in the fucking military. We're the most honorable men to leave Earth. That's the mindset, right?
Right.
And then, of course, Leslie Nielsen falls for her, and they're in love, and yada, yada, and they're banging it out later in life.
Yeah.
But while this is all going on, it's this weird rapey vibe that he keeps telling her. He's like, look, you got to watch yourself. Like, all these men have been traveling through space for years, and they only want one thing, and you don't know what that one thing is because you've been...
Sheltered your whole life. You've been sheltered
to one planet. A planet where you pet tigers and play with them and swim with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the first chance that Leslie Nielsen gets, he shoots that fucking tiger.
Yep.
He's like, I did it to protect you. Protect me? I've known him longer than I've known you.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened? That's how that scene should have played out.
Yeah.
But
she was cool with it.
It's 56, and so she's like all in lust with him and really just wants to, I guess,
She's like, fuck the tiger.
Become an alcoholic stay-at-home mom.
Pee-pee.
Yeah. I want to get into also the doctor when he took us into the facility of the ancient aliens, the past civilization.
Yeah.
He says that there are 7,800 stories. Okay, they're riding in this elevator that goes deep into the core of the planet. The inhabitants previously of this planet were so sophisticated, they managed to use the internal combustion of their planet to power everything.
Yeah.
What an incredible concept
really,
for 1956.
For real. That's
Here
like
we
some
are,
Star Trek shit.
2020, and we still haven't done anything of that level. We're still fighting over oil. We haven't even grasped solar energy and made it a global thing. Here in 1956, they're talking about a previous civilization who mastered it. 7,800 stories of basically a
monolithic megastructure.
Monolithic megastructure that harvests the power of the planet.
Yeah.
Not only that, he goes, there are 400 other corridors. So there are 7,000 stories, close to 8,000 stories with 400 fucking elevators in it. If that doesn't give you an idea of how massive this structure is inside the planet, please see the film, because it is incredible.
Just see the film, period.
I was wowed.
Just watch this movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, and like they have all kinds of technology. They have this thing that replicates matter.
Mm-hmm.
They also have Smallville Season 2 on deck. You can watch
Season 3, two of those. They have two of Season 3.
They have 2 copies of Season 3. Who has that? That's lame.
I mean, talk about ahead of their time. I mean, they got a show before it came out.
Whenever we realize that the Doctor has created subconsciously the creature that killed his companions and is now hunting the soldiers at their spaceship, by this time he has told us that previously the civilization did it to themselves. They were their own destruction. So they became so intelligent, hyper intelligent, that they also created id creatures that would kill them off. Yet this 8,000 story structure is still just fucking going. It's incredible. They even stare into the core of the planet. He's like, you'll all want to look at this. You'll all want to look at this. You'll never see this anywhere. And it's like, he opened up those visors, and there you just see flames, blue flames, just.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Was it the actual core?
It was.
That's what
core.
he was saying.
Wow,
yeah, he was like,
cool.
this is what's powering the planet or whatnot. He's like, look at this. You won't be able to look at this anywhere.
That's impressive.
And so they're staring into the center of a planet, and just the concept, just the highbrow concept of this movie.
Yeah.
You have a subconscious creature killing people. So what is that? We have the Wolfman, as it were, concept, man versus self.
Yeah.
Right? Internal struggle. So like we've created a monster internally, externally, and that's what's killing us, but it's our internal struggles and fears. Like just the concept of the movie itself is so unique and original. Through the movie, you guys heard me say, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a movie
for the year it came out.
Absolutely. For the year it came out, or since then. I haven't seen a movie where a guy's subconscious is the monster killing everyone.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It was also the thing that killed the previous civilization.
Yeah.
Like, we're just getting into high concept sci-fi Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's not like, I'm a monster and I'm dumb and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's nothing like that. It's like how man is self-destructive, not only on Earth, but any other fucking planet.
Yeah.
Just that concept of man is man's truest enemy.
True.
I just
56
profound
right?
stuff, and that's why I just thoroughly loved this film. That and its massive high def restoration. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was on Netflix.
It was so beautiful.
Guys, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, check it out.
Go see this
watch
movie.
It's on Netflix.
This is sci-fi like you've never seen.
Yeah, it must have been restored because
this is the best. This is the best classic sci-fi you're gonna find out there.
If I could quote you, John, you said the quintessential old school sci-fi.
Yeah,
quintessential. This is one of those.
This is one I'm gonna buy on Blu-ray.
I agree. I was gonna think about buying it for myself for Christmas.
Yeah.
Special features, interactive menus.
Oh wait,
Dolby surround sound.
Shut up. Jokingly, I mean, like that sounds awesome though. Like I want to see
if they had behind the scenes for this,
some set design.
Usually the menu you can't interact with it.
Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna jerk you off so hard. You're gonna wish I hadn't jerked you off so hard.
Original graphics.
People walking by outside the house.
Original graphics.
Original graphics. Man, the set was massive. Jesus Christ, what was it? Half of a football
field? It was so beautiful.
Huge.
Just the colors on the set was fantastic. All the different like the set of the first set with the spaceship was amazing as well.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Doctor's house.
Yes, no, I agree.
Like all the trees with the different coloration.
Remember the archway whenever they go into the monolith itself, the internal monolith? All the hallways are squared, but they're turned on their side, so you're walking through
almost like a shrine. Yeah, diamonds.
Yeah, you're walking through triangular arches. So fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, basically the equivalent of like Mel Gibson's Vacation Home.
Absolutely, yeah.
With a little less racism.
Yeah, a little less Jew hate.
I'm a little less racist.
Sorry, anti-Semitism.
You're a little bit more than I am.
I forget sometimes. I'm sure he probably has racist tendencies too.
Oh yeah.
Have
you ever heard the Mel Gibson tapes? They are really funny.
Oh, they're
fucked up. They're really fucked up.
Where he's drunk?
He's yelling at his wife at the time.
Oh no, I haven't heard that. I heard the traffic stop tape.
They are so hilariously awful.
Oh God.
Hilariously
he openly uses like the N-word.
Crazy that that's a fucking Australian from a backwater town would turn out to be
a
racist and an anti-Semite.
A raging racist.
And then he made
keep in mind, Australian town, which was essentially just a prison colony. Looking at you, Sydney.
And then he made Blackwater Gulch, or what was it called?
Passion of the Christ.
No, the World War II movie.
Oh, Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge, which is really good.
I haven't seen that.
Sorry.
There's never a film that I've seen.
That's the one with Spider-Man in it, right?
Yeah.
There's never a film of Mel Gibson's that I've seen where I'm just like, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Every film that he makes is... Apocalypto is probably my favorite Mel Gibson.
Apocalypto's great.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible hero's journey.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
And he snuck Waldo into it.
One thing from a...
Do you not know that?
Did he really?
Y'all don't know this?
No.
Oh my God, yes.
What?
Mel Gibson snuck one frame of Waldo in Apocalypto, and it's in the death pit. One frame of Waldo.
That's amazing.
My dad didn't believe me, and I was like, look that shit up. And then I showed him, and he still didn't want to believe me. Looking at video evidence.
That's
he
really
snuck
funny.
in one frame of Waldo.
In the death pit?
In the death pit, all the bodies. And then there's a guy fully dressed as Waldo laying in there.
Shut the fuck up. I gotta look this up.
Look it up. But what were you going to say?
One of my favorite things of Apocalypto was just a simple effect shot. It was a reversed footage shot.
Mm-hmm.
It was when the main character is being chased, and they throw a fucking knife into the tree. But it's so masterfully done because the shot is a guy... So you guys are the audience. A guy runs past the camera, and then a knife... okay, so doing this backwards. So a guy, he runs past a tree, and then a knife hits the tree like that.
Uh-huh.
But it was reverse footage. So this guy's sprinting backwards.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing. He's sprinting backwards, and they yank the knife out of the tree, and then they reverse the footage. So he runs past the tree, and then the knife hits
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I always remember that from Apocalypto.
Damn.
That's some filmmaking.
I mean, Mel Gibson is an incredible filmmaker.
Yeah.
He learned from one of the best, and that would be George Miller. One of the guys that set up...
I'm blanking on what he did. George Miller?
Yeah, my brain is going in two different directions. With my brain is going Frank Miller and George
Miller did Happy
Romero,
Feet.
which is two different people.
George Miller would do the
Sin City, but with zombies.
iconic franchise, Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then, of course, the rock opera Fury Road. So,
that's George Miller.
That's George Miller. And he also directed Happy Feet.
That dude's in his 60s, and he's making the best action movies, like, right now. He only made one.
Isn't it incredible? It's great to hear.
One of my favorite action movies.
Hearing him talk about Fury Road and hearing him say, this is the movie I always wanted to make, it just goes to show that just, like, filmmakers know what they want even when they're indie.
Yeah.
Even when they're like us,
sitting
in a room, they know exactly what they want, and it will be years before they can get the budget, the people committed to make the masterpiece that he always wanted.
Yeah.
And that's the movie he always wanted. And that's it's a fucking knockout.
Perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's an incredible diegetic sound or music, like just incredible.
Casting is perfect.
But
Tom Hardy is Max.
And I don't want to interject too much, but we are running a little short.
Okay,
tooth. We should pick our movie, which one we chose. I mean, it's a pretty obvious Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, Forbidden Planet for me.
Yeah,
Forbidden Planet. I mean, not to like
first movie was funnier. But
first movie was funny and interesting to watch enough. I enjoyed it. We were laughing and stuff. But Forbidden Planet is just a really good movie.
Yeah, it was
it's a movie that everybody listening go see Forbidden Planet.
How much did you say it made adjusted for inflation? Was it $26 million?
It was something like that. Yeah. And again, I was looking at the numbers that I was looking at, the 1.9 million for the budget and all that stuff. I don't know if that was already adjusted for inflation or not. So let's preface that.
Fair enough.
But if it wasn't adjusted for inflation and they made 1.9 million in that day in 1956, the budget would have been like something around 20-something million, like 25 million.
God.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
This had to have been a Star Wars for so many kids in the 50s.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like our parents
my brain
that grew
is
up
thinking it was really big.
Yeah.
It might not have been.
It might not have been though, is the
know.
thing.
Yeah.
And like
I imagine it probably was.
with our excitement,
remember how we were talking
grown
about how
men,
Robbie the Robot is like a big thing?
iconic thing. Yeah.
Iconic.
They even used it in The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah.
Rachel and I were watching an episode.
Oh, really? It's iconic,
and they were like,
the robot?
they said, even Robbie the Robot. And I was like, oh my God, we just watched that movie. It's crazy that 70 years later, close to it, it's still being referenced.
Oh, so that robot is like an iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
It's
really?
like I
Yes.
guess it's up there with like the Danger Will Robinson robot.
Yes. Danger, Will Robinson.
See, that's
Danger,
what I was
Will
thinking
Robinson.
for some reason.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's
So,
the
yeah.
that's the most iconic robot from 50 sci-fi.
yeah. What was that? Space.
Oh, and then of
forget
course
what that's called.
the day the Earth stood still. That would probably be the most iconic.
Dude, yeah, Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves is so good in that.
Fuck off. But the robot that steps out of the spaceship and like atomizes the tanks and the soldiers' guns just from the laser beam and on his helmet. That is probably the most well-known of all old sci-fi robots. That's
Yeah.
probably the most well-known.
That robot is like really hot too.
Yeah, he's like 12 feet tall too, isn't he? Like in that the perspective they made for that
Yeah, I
robot,
think so.
he's like just a giant.
Yeah.
Why did they remake that?
Why did they remake
No
a lot
one
of movies?
cares. Yeah.
Why did they remake War of the Worlds? Why did they remake Clash of the Titans? It's because that was the era. Because think about it, all those movies came out around the same time. They were just like,
It's
you know what?
probably-
Let's just take a bunch of 50s properties.
I mean,
Right.
it was a big time. They were that was a decade where they were doing that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Early
It's just
millennia.
like-
It was
Yeah.
just like, let's
Early-
remake
You
everything
guys-
from the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, are you mentally challenged though?
Well,
kids
usually-
kids are gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
Usually
Or
it
they'll
boils
see
down
it as
to-
a new movie, I guess.
No, that's very true. They see it as a new movie.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, their grandparents or parents watched it. We'll just get their kids now.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just get them all involved.
Put Tom Cruise in there.
My strongest opinion, though, is that it's a property assessment. They're like, we're going to lose this property. We could lose it out to a bigger budget like Disney. They could
Fuck,
remake it
you're
and make
right.
billions of dollars.
God damn it,
Or we
you're
could
right.
or we could remake it for nothing, get our income back or get our
Just break even.
yeah, break even. Thank you. That's what I was
Just to
trying to
hold
say.
on to it.
Just to hold
Yeah.
on to the property. Just to hold on to the
So
property.
cynical.
And then
I
they'll
hate
wait
that
for
shit.
somebody else to come along that maybe has a vision for it, and they're like, all right, we'll remake it again in 10 years, but we'll remake it good, you know, or something.
Fantastic.
We just need it to.
And they
We just
keep-
need it to
They
tread
keep
water.
it alive in like
Exactly.
Yeah.
viewers' memories. They keep it as a thing.
Yeah.
Well, you hear that so often in film today with so many remakes that are going on. You find out it's like it's Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
It's
Fan Four
Fan4Stick.
Stick.
Every 10 years they remake the
Fan4Stick.
movie just so they can hold on to the rights.
Yeah.
They don't care about how it looks. They don't care about how much money it makes. They're like, we just need to make it so we can maintain the ownership.
That is such a like. I probably have to go soon. There's such a backwards like logic. Like we're holding on to the rights, but we're making shitty movies.
That's-
to hold on to the rights to make more shitty.
Well, we've said this in the past. At least back in the day when producers inputted on a film, they knew film.
Yeah.
They knew exactly.
They actually cared about what they were doing.
They knew how the numbers would reflect because of the art. So if the art sucked, the numbers would suck. So that's why we make all these cliche producers with the cigar. Kid, you gotta put this shit in it.
Yeah.
It's like they knew exactly what it needed to
sell.
keep it artful,
Yeah.
but to also sell. Now you've got kids of kids of kids who've never seen a fucking movie, but they are a producer or they're somebody's nephew or daughter or something, and they have power.
Alex Kurtzman.
They have power, but they have no
Idea
insight
what they're
to
doing.
film. They have no intuitive
This is
bone
why
to it.
movies are so
They,
shitty right
they
now.
haven't grown up watching fucking Ninja Turtles like we have. They haven't grown up watching Casablanca or Indiana Jones. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They just see numbers and they think, how can I repeat these numbers?
Yeah, these people. I honestly want them to be drawn and quartered like publicly. Like
Freedom!
like
Fucking
you
bring
guys,
it back to
you guys
Mel
don't
Gibson.
care. You don't care. I mean, it is a business first and foremost, but when you treat it like a numbers game, it's sad, man.
That's
Like,
when your business
dude,
goes down.
People aren't going to the theater anymore.
Yeah.
No,
That's why
th-
Disney's
people-
dropping-
That's why
Go to the
Disney Plus
theaters.
is
Yeah, that's why
doing its
Disney's
thing.
doing his thing and dropping 15 million an episode in The Mandalorian.
$15
because they know that people
Holy
aren't going
shit.
to the fucking theater anymore. They're just like, yeah, instead we'll just focus on the streaming service and make that quality so people buy our streaming service.
This is gonna be so sad when theaters are gone.
No, I think, we reference Red Letter Media a lot. That's one of our favorite channels. I love them. But they've spoke how the only theaters that will probably exist will be art house ones.
Yeah.
People that make films like Lighthouse.
Yeah.
There is always going to be people that want something other than streaming.
Stuff that is very live.
You want to experience watching a movie for the first time in a giant room on a big screen, sharing that experience with people that also want to be there and have a love for film and the craft of it. That will never die. If art died, it died a long time ago.
But yeah, your popcorn shit will probably
that's gonna be streaming now.
Basically, they're gonna become. My theory is once I heard a certain internet review host say it, I was like, he's 100% correct.
Yeah,
they're gonna become Marvel houses.
Yeah,
you can get your Marvel movies here.
Yeah,
come see the new Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I mean, unless that somehow dies out, but it's not showing any signs of dying out.
Yeah.
I know they're taking a break now. They're taking a break.
Oh wow.
Who's taking Marvel?
Marvel. They're taking a break.
God,
isn't that weird?
That
right?
is weird.
They usually
22
release
films
2
for
movies
10 years.
a year.
I think
the
mouse is smart. They don't want to burn people out.
Right.
That's because the mouse is founded on making a good film.
Yeah.
It's founded on making a great experience, not for the kid,
for the whole family.
But the whole family as well.
Yeah.
Because if you get just the kid, well, that's only one person in the family. But if you get a household, 4 members in a family, you've profited trifold. You've made even more money off of an entire family rather than just one person in the family.
That's why you never like to see monopolies, but if anybody's going to do it, at least somebody who cares about attention to detail and quality, that's a good sign in that sense. Disney does give a fuck about their product.
No, but like, you usually don't see them take breaks.
Yeah.
They usually 2 movies a year, right?
Right.
I mean, so the fact they're taking a break is a smart move, and it makes me sad. I want Marvel to not exist anymore because I'm an asshole. And
yeah, you are.
Don't think I don't.
Yeah,
this is fucking
all those millions of
bullshit.
people don't deserve to have joy in their life at all from a 3-hour experience.
Correct. I'm a fucking fascist.
It has to be. Everything has to be artsy. Yes. Everything has to be art house.
Yes.
I'm the guy that walks the line. I love art house and I love popcorn movies.
Yeah.
It's like it's like being able to listen to classical music or metal. Classical music or, you know what I mean? Like either two genres.
Those are very close genres though. I'd say more like
yeah, they're both played by humans. We get it, John. I'm saying that
No, I'm talking about time signatures and like pretty much majority of metalheads are classically influenced or love classical music.
Okay.
There's a lot of
All American Rejects then. Let me
exactly.
say that.
Poppy.
Oh, I love them.
All I was trying to make was the point that 2 genres can be liked by the same person.
Yes.
Right? And you're wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay.
Just fucking with you.
Oh no, I know.
But yeah, so Forbidden Planet.
Yes, go see it. Go see it. Go to your local house and see it.
Yeah, go to your television screen.
Your brick and mortar.
Hit that old Netflix application.
Yeah,
and,
double click it.
Double click it. Yeah, and then go to the old search bar if it doesn't show up immediately. And and type in F.
Open up this folder. If that doesn't work, be sure to hit Shift Command to do a.
Don't forget to breathe.
I D
E
N space.
Not the word. You got to put a space between it.
Yeah. Sorry. You got to clarify that. P-L-A. Oh, you know how to spell the rest.
N.
People are like, what's after A? How am I going to find this?
What the heck?
Meanwhile, you've already typed in Forb, and it's already up.
Yeah.
I got to finish the rest of the word.
What the heck come after 6?
Rachel does that sometimes. She'll be like searching for something. I'm like, you don't have to type out the whole thing. Just like the first 3 letters. It's gonna guess what you're wanting. Trust
I do that
me.
too. I'll type the whole thing out like a fucking dumbass. I don't know why.
Well, guys, that's it for us. Yeah, we need to chat, but I'm excited. Christmas is coming up, and I have something planned for you guys, and y'all are gonna hate me.
Yeah, probably.
We got a couple weeks.
I already hate you.
Yeah,
I know
I
that.
hate you.
Yeah, I know you guys.
But
it's because of the dry palm hand jobs.
As long as I have hentai, I'm set. You can watch whatever you want.
Well, I'm gonna put that on your headstone.
Oh, that would be great. I wouldn't
even give a fuck. As long as I have hentai, I'll be good.
Just fucking humiliate myself from the grave. That's great.
Well, nobody can make fun of you then. They're like, well, he's even making fun of himself in death, so it's
exactly,
like, we can't make fun of him. We'll pick somebody else. Let's pick James. I hope I was a good father. That's what mine says.
You never
I
had
hope
kids.
I was a good father.
Just
never had kids.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And I will just be in an unmarked grave somewhere.
Sweet. Yeah, we can make that happen for you, John.
That is foreboding.
Alrighty, well that's it for us, guys. Torso, play us out on this week's episode of
Torso's on strike.